Alright peeps, welcome back to One Version. In this episode we're gonna switch the automation of this valve away from this one reservoir relay and straight into this one flow sensor here. Now that is precisely how this throttling valve over here is set up. So when our cascade cascades, that is when our river opens. And I definitely like the fact that we are under 1,000 water. So we are going to go unlimited on this throttling valve here until the water level starts rising up and ensuring that we've got all the hydrated greenery round here. And then once we reach the top, we get that all the way down to 1. And I'm also going to change this to 1 when it's actually on as well, because we are going to be having a big old slurp of this pool. And I reckon with all of the water slurpers that we currently have, and the ones that we're going to be adding this episode, we're going to need that from 0.5 to 1. But that's only a byproduct of what this episode's about. This episode is all about finally getting our tubeways up and running. So we'll unpause that bad lad. Doesn't necessarily have to be a maximum priority job. Although I am going to reduce all of these tanks down to a low priority. As well as blowing up all of the TNT down here, because why the blooming heck not? Oh yeah, now look, don't worry about the flooding. It's algae. It's not algae! Because that's sent to the one river relay, which means it'll always, that's what we did last episode, MiGly, so that's getting closed. We're going to no longer have mad floods knocking about down here, and we just have to manually make sure that our slurpers can slurp. This is genuinely a temporary problem. This will all be sorted once we have our reservoirs full. Oh, they're not even at a bloody block yet. That is nae good. Although what is good is the fact that we can blow up these TNTs because we've got this TNT in, and that will allow the water that we were saving up back there to actually get to our valves down here. Ooh, we got a beaver bust in here, which means we can recycle these logs and planks and replace them with a real casual stay down. Now beavers, get storing up your corn rations. And speaking of corn rations, look at all of this fresh ground our beavers have popped in. Let's politely request the beavers demolish all of these. At a maximum priority, of course. But while our beavers are busily getting themselves ready to bang away with that, we need to do something extra special up here. It's worth a pause. We're going to be clicking detonate on that bit of dynamite. That bit of dynamite and this bit of dynamite back here. Oh yeah, as well as the rest of the dynamite in here. So let us turn the hood on and then off, and then press speed 2, and go and put a big massive kaboom! Look at all of that. The water didn't even know what to bloody do with itself. It's like, whoa, is there land here? Is there not land here? I div near nah anymore. Well, look at that. Fresh waterfall from the bloody valves. And then you can straight down here. But we're not done yet, because we've got a drought approaching. Oh, at least we've got a bonus day of reservoir filling and water slurping. Ooh, we still got some water in here. I'm quite happy with that. And as expected, our beavers absolutely bossed getting those crops out the way. So now what we can do is we can plant heaps of corn up here. This is going to be proper corn overhang. And let's watch the beavers whip it in real quick. And I mean bloody real quick. Look at that final beaver. Can get your tail painted, pal. You deserve it. And get on! While we're here, I want to see the big Bardwater Aqueduct pillar come to life. And yeah, I probably want to delete these as well so we don't end up with another pool. No! No beavers are on here. Which I already knew, of course. We're just making some false tension. And you know what, peeps? Since I accidentally blew up that one when I shouldn't have, I'm just gonna blow up the rest here. Look at those kabooms off in the distance. And those kabooms coming towards these kabooms. Now, these kabooms are the ones that I have truly been looking forward to. I really wanted to go in first beaver perspective there, but no. I shall nae, because I know how bloody laggy it gets when all of the kabooms are knocking about. But look at how bloody far this bad lad rolls through. And it ends right here. we now have blue right against the red. Or at least we will once we get down here and plonk a whole load more bloody dynamite down. And now, beavers, I see that you're running low on planks, so let's go ahead and start recycling some of these bad lads. Let's kaboom the last of the dynamite. Now, how didn't this pillar have any dynamite on it? That is very strange. Oh, I can be clever with this. Watch this, peeps. Big brain moment. We just slap a wee tunnel on there for a maximum priority jobby. And then for the rest of the big brain moment, you're going to have to hang about a whole episode long. See, now that's how professional YouTubers get mad retention. But gaming the YouTube system aside, let's plonk in some more TNTs. Most importantly, oh, bloody here. Now, thankfully, these are only 3 tall. So it's a very simple job of just asking the beavers to put some TNT down. Absolutely everywhere. And let's make this nice and simple. Let's strip the world away and make sure we are getting every single bit of ground blown up that we can. And that includes ye dodgy little stair piece. Get your free log and plank back off that. And then get yourself kaboomed down 2 more blocks. Now, one last bit of tubeway prep is going to be deleting all of the paths off the top of the barbed water aqueduct here. Or at least the ones that are on the levees on the side. We still need a path going all the way up the barbed water aqueduct. Oh, look at this. We got a beaver banging in some dynamite. Did he get it completely in? Can we gan kaboom? We certainly bloody can. Big kaboom. And then before we forget, we need to get a triple dynamite in its bloody place down here. But I was just our yonder way, making another way to the barbed water aqueduct for our beavers, so they can get straight down on it. Ooh, beavers have got some free planks to pick up over here. That is grandio. I think we should as well, I would say, think about blowing up this particular block of dynamite. I reckon that could work well for our efficient mine here. Particularly because our efficient mine is getting surrounded with metal fencing. Now, doesn't that look cute? I would definitely graft away in that mine, and I've got me big fancy fencer unders. And I reckon that'll allow beavers to access the whole thing, nowt's a matter. Oh yeah, that and the fancy pants tubeway station we're gonna be slapping beside were fancy mine, because that is how we do it. Oh, look at this, we got a beaver coming over with the TNT. Not ready to bang it in there yet though, because they're a bit thirsty. But that's alright, because I'm sure we've got a beaver that's finished banging in this double dynamite here. So get tripled. Now there was one more, there it is. I said there was one more big old maximum priority kaboom that needed to occur. And now we can go ahead and stay our way down here. Even if temporarily, I'm going to not let them down so we can blow up this bit of TNT. Oh, guess who's over here banging in the bit of TNT? Go on, beaver, so I can click a bloody detonate immediately after you've plopped it in. Because that, of course, is where we're going to be plopping in. We're first vertical tubeway. Now, we'll come back to that. For now, we need to go to the one spot that I actually picked out to have a tubeway before I read the comments in the last episode. Aha! On pauses! Oh, we're going to be running out of eggplants! Wow! 6 days of knee bloody eggplant growth. Oh, a new damn well's coming together like. I'm liking that. What I'm not liking is the state of these water tanks. Where's all the water? I haven't even built this yet. Oh, there we go. We've got some water in there. You just need to have a bit of a whinge about it, and then the beavers are like, Daphne, what are you, cupcake? We'll get a droplet in there for you to slurp on. But anywho, back to the one bloody thing that I've actually got planned out here. We're going to connect this bit of side path up here with a real fancy tube beyond an hour hang. Who doesn't love a tube beyond an hour hang, especially if that hour hang allows you to put another hour hang, and then another hour hang, and then another hour hang, and then be ready to bloody gan there. Now, before we start tubing this up, I do want to make sure our beavers can still access round here. And I reckon that's going to be the way. Let's get a fancy spiral stair there. Get our path round the edge. A little something like that. Now, I have been reminded that beavers can build outside the tubeways. So I'm more than happy to slap tubeways straight on here. And then after the fact, we can slap fancy braziers underneath the little gaps there. because the beavers will just be able to blonk them straight in, you know? Nout's a matter. Now, as for getting over here, we've got a very important pathway. We do not want to be losing that. So let's get a 5x1 in here. Ooh, aye. Let's get a 3x1 in there, and then we can send the beavers straight up for a bit there. Oh, yes. Tubeway, ahoy. That's a forced connection there. Oh, when I planned this out, I wasn't going to do this big drop here. I was just going to snake it up the side. But I love that big drop now. Alright, beavers. That is a new high priority job. We're leaving maximum priority open for full, proper emergencies. Like, for example, the fact that we're beavers need to get this bit of TNT banged in our here so I can explode it and then get them their free plank back. But yeah, now for real peeps, that just allows these beavers, when they've got nothing else to do, to go and bang some dynamite in here, which will be very handy. And since the beavers are doing here, I'm going to get them to automate these throttling valves. They are going to be automated to our one universal relay here, which is simply not the one temp station. So whenever it's a bad tide or a drought, this bad lad is going to open up half a block. But not only that, if we copy the settings of this bad lad, strip the world down, and then go our to this valve in the middle, we're going to paste the settings right on there. So during bad tides and droughts, 3 reservoirs, I was going to say 2, but technically we still have the wee middle reservoir. It's more just for irrigation though. But they'll level and balance out, and we should have maximum irrigation, regardless of any dodgy bloody forgetfulness that MiGly's on. It doesn't matter, because in 0.1 bloody days, it's going to open up anyway. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, there it is, it's open. Perfectly timed and everything. 27-day drought. What? Oh, and look at this, peeps. We have 0 vacancies. So I reckon that is the Woo Lake. Woo Lake, alright, yeah. Woo! It looks like it's just ran out of water. Right. Nay good, MiGly. This temporary issue that we had in the last episode that's carried over to this episode needs to end this episode, pal. Now I'm going to copy these automations for the majority of these bad lads right here, because I don't need them slurping up a river/reservoir this entire time. I'm leaving 3 of them operational. And look at that, we now have 8 bloody vacancies. Are these all at 10? They're all at 10! Ooh, and we've got the cupcake propaganda banner on here. Builder beavers, get your brazier on. Oh, I love that this is all maximum priority. That's how we do it round here. But yeah, now peeps, I reckon this calls for a hauling village. So let's get ourselves, well, a bloody hauling village on the gun, eh? And we're gonna do it in a big old speedy up bit. Well, hopefully not that big old, you know. But a nice enough speedy up bit, and then the bloody less. But watch yourselves, because when the hood turns off, we're going straight into speed 4. So nay blinky blinks, otherwise you're gonna miss all the bangy bangs. Now isn't that just bloody beautiful? We've got shrubbery, we've got roofs, we've got lanterns, and we've got hauling workplaces for days. And we do need to sort of micromanage this, but we'll get round to it, you know. Oh, that's right! We have maximum cupcake propaganda, no matter which way you're walking. If you're doing your little tunnel, you're getting cupcaked all the way up, including underneath this bit. Look at this, man! This is the grafter's corner of the toon right here. Let's have a dicks underneath before we get locked in. Look at all of those braziers! Hey, oh look, we just got a beaver building this platform. Oh, I cannot wait for our tubeway to be in. It's gonna be grand. And it's gonna be even better than this as well, because we have got a big old kaboom to set off. Let's go from left to right, speed 2, and then right at the end, speed 3 to get them all boofed off. And yeah, I have no idea why this is 1 level lower. But the reason we have this on a maximum priority... Oh, boys are so low! This definitely is working properly, yeah. I've got this off on off. It's off on off and it's all on on. That's all it needs to be doing. Oh, and yes, these need to be paused. I'm debating whether to keep these or not, so for the moment, they're just going to remain paused. Then our here, ooh, more kabooms. Let's set off those. Ye nah can resist a quick kaboomy boom. But anywho, over yonder way, we are going to be plonking in a fancy pants tubeway station with accompanying path dune to where we've already got a bit of a tunnel system on the crack. Damn, beavers, have you actually got all of this in? We're going to delete these 4 warehouses just so we can see what we're doing over here. Because we need to get from here to here. Just a casual through the mountain job. And I want to do it through the mountain. So let's say we come out one and then we start going up. So this should be our stairway up here. And is that it? Or is that it? I think that might be it. Oh, and look at this! We got our big beaver bangers hammering in some bloody TNT doing here. Please hurry up, I'll be able to blow this up. Oh, and banging in the door. Proper tag team action. Yeah, now beavers, if you wouldn't mind, just real casually emergency priority banging this staircase in. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Like, I actually... Ooh, it will not work. Oh, will it? No, that will work. Yeah, that'll work. That is perfect. Let's get that third-person perspective of all of these TNTs blown up. We started off a bit shabby, but towards the end, it picked up. Oh my god, our beaver bangers getting the tunnels in here. We'll be connected to this tubeway in no time. But we also need to think about getting dune to where these 3 planks are, because we need to pick them all up. Oh, look at that, with beavers are bloody blue. Oh, no. That is what I'm going to call an expensive lesson right there. Beavers, plonk both of those in before I decide against it, thank you. Now, looking at what I need to do here, I'm going to have to blow up this bit of dirt here, which miraculously doesn't have the platform deleted under it. Is that the one? Oh, no, right, there's at least a second one that doesn't have the platform deleted underneath it as well. I was going to say that's going to look bloody staged if that's the one that didn't have the bloody platform deleted. Oh, beavers, you absolutely bossed that bit bloody dynamite in there. Thank you very much, Lee. Get you 2 free planks back off that. Oh, and this does hurt. I'm going to have to put another platform back down. But I can at least delete all of these 2. Get a stair up here so our beaver can start banging that bad lad in. Yeah, now we're going to have a stair doing here as well. So that is how our beavers are going to access the different levels here. I need to make sure to cut up and stay underneath the cutout here, because we need to fit another big old tank right there. And before I end up not doing it, let's get the path all the way connected. And then we're going to have to get some platforms across the tippity top here, because yet again, more tanks are required. And I feel like we may as well connect the path together, you know, considering we're doing all of this graft, yeah? I've been having myself a think as well, peeps. I reckon we may have went a tad overboard on all of this water storage here. So, what I'm going to do is select the vast majority of this here to be coffee storage. So we can have all the coffee we want, apart from the first layer all the way down. That is going to be full water. So we've got water up the left, and then we've got coffee everywhere else. And if coffee hasn't been assigned anywhere here and it missed me big copy paste click, it can remain water forevermore. Ooh, TNT that needs to be exploded. Because we still need to access that level and blow some more down. Now if I'm not mistaken, it is another 2 layers down. Yes, it's on the same level as this, so let's get ourselves a double dynamite in there while we still have the stairs up. I thought pretty bloody long and hard about this, like, so hopefully it's all correct. Like blowing up these 3 should be not a matter whatsoever, but I can't, actually, I can't blow up these. No, MiGly, you dafty! Actually, no, it's alright. It's alright. We can still access this one, and we can access this one from the bottom. Oh, it's a tricky number, I like. But I reckon we've got it right. And we always need more coffee storage. Look at the beaver already here, banging this catalyst in. Oh, we can get ourselves yet another staircase on the gun. Look at those 4 free planks you've got there. I've already forgot about having to rebuild multiple platforms. Oh, that kaboom, but do not delete. We need to get that tunnel in before we get that bad lad out. And our beaver bangers are making fair dinkum progress on this bit of dam. I reckon it's time to start connecting these 2 together here. And I reckon if for no other reason than pure bants, I'm going to get a cupcake propaganda banner there. And then on top of that bad lad, we're going to get mad our hang. And this is going to form the basis of how we transport our beavers about The pathways have priority. We may use the exact pathways right away, but we're not gonna stop our beavers using our fancy paths here. Also, should I be concerned with the 1.5k water and 22.1 days left of this drought? I kind of feel like doing a copy and paste job of all of these water slurpers. Hang about! Oh, it's because I had the copy and paste on. I was like, why can't I see green down there? Oh, it was a proper flap. But yeah, now to avoid further flappage, we're going to go ahead and just slip up. Oh, but I can't, because then I'll drain the reservoir. But the reservoir's going to dry up anyway in the next 22 days. So realistically, we just need... Oh, look at we're hoarding all our food. I was going to say to hoard as much as beaverly possible, and that is what we're doing out here. And you know what? Since you're proper leggings who watch this series, I'm not even going to make you wait till the end of the episode for the payoff of how much of a genius I am at saving TNT. Oh, and let's check this. We're at 1.41 meters. Now that means over here we shall be at 0.4. Look at that! And that's because we've got a bit of a lip here, you know, a bit of a natural hillage. But we are now equalised throughout our massive reservoir system here. Damn, that reservoir system is actually massive. It's like encapsulating civilization here. And then the bottom of the civilization is encapsulated by lovely, powerful... Ooh, that's right. We are running rather close to our network power supply demand here. Maybe we'll get to that episode. But first, I need to get into first person mode. Oh, look at that bad water aqueduct. Oh, what a bad tide rocks around. This will be a glorious spot to be like. But yeah, no, I'm not just here to admire the views. I'm here to have myself a little bit of a hip-hop adventure and show you where we're going to have our next back-scratcher point. Yeah, it's there where I jumped out the map from. We're going to be plonking in four back-scratchers. That, of course, means having four paths. And you might be thinking to yourself, MiGly, I see a path. I see a natural stair. However, I see a lot of exploded ground that used to be there. And to that, I say, watch out. There's a bloody... tube way about. But this tube way here is near for enjoying the view of the big bad waterfall from the bad water aqueduct. We are going to be blocking the view with cupcake propaganda bandas left, right and bloody centre here. And that's especially true if you're getting your back scratched right here. So you might think, oh, I'll have a peekaboo, but you'll find that your view is obscured by cupcake propaganda everywhere you look. Now, while I was doing that bit, I did notice that we need to fill another gap of cupcake propaganda. So let's get the platform on here. Let's duplicate this banner. So now we can have a proper look and make sure that if any beaver does want to know what's going on the other side there, all they can see is non-stop cupcake propaganda. That is exactly what they can see through any crack over here. Speaking of cupcake propaganda, I reckon the beavers need to know who bloody operates this bad water aqueduct. So we're lining the whole bloody thing with cupcake propaganda pools. Yeah, I'm liking the look of that. And now you can see why I needed to move the path off the side. But as for the rest of this big old bad water aqueduct, it's becoming the new Tubeway Express. We're going to be sending a tube all the way on the inside, and it's even going to make its way over to this bit of tubeway station. Now, as for connecting the tubeway from our here to our hither, it's easier said than done. I think we start with a real casual couple of toe-by-toes, and then I reckon I find me line here, and we need to get on this bit of rock. But how many of these do we need to use? Did that line up? Not quite. Maybe if I switch it to threes, we'll line up. Or do I do sixes and have a big drop for the beavers? Alright, big six. That lines up, doesn't it? Oh, that lines up! Right, that's happening. We are having ourselves a big old tubeway drop. Stop being paused, MiGly. Just play the game, otherwise these tubeways are never gonna get built. Look at what tubeway across the end of the bloody Podwater aqueduct! Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, it's going to be absolutely great. I've decided I'm going to put over 10 tubeway stations on this map, you know, by the way. Like, I don't know where they're going yet. Like I say, I had this bad lad plan, dude. Do we have beavers got it up here? I'm building the tubeway. Oh, it's too far from district. What are you flapping your gums about? Too far from district? Oh, sorry, beavers. Sorry, you can flap your gums all you want. Now, you should be able to access it. Now it's a matter. Oh well, let's wait for a beaver to get in here and poke their little heat out and start banging. Whoa! It's lights! The beavers light up! No way! Right! Yeah, no, our tubes need to be absolutely visible if the beavers are visible as the bloody tubeways! That might not have made sense, but we're not hiding any tubeways underground, essentially, is what I've just said. Why do we still have no water? We're down to our last bloody layer! I can't even tell how much water's left here. I'm going to have to go over to here and hope that they are still self-balancing. 1.29? They are not self-balancing. Oh, look at this. We're starting to get bloody exercise plaza. And look, this is about tubeways. This is about tubeways, this episode. Not that very much of this episode's been about tubeways so far, but look, we're doing it. We're here. And we're figuring out how to cross this gap. Ooh. I could potentially be cheeky. Will it fit? One of them? Oh, it just doesn't bloody fit. And I really should build from this side. I was about to plonk a bit of dirt on there and then line it up, but instead I'm going to plonk a bit of dirt on here, and that way it'll line up. Now it's a matter. At least it should. Oh, it does! Right then, let's get ourselves a bit of a tubeway connection on there, so our beavers can get to the edge of the world, back scratching hole. Well, I suppose next on our tubeway agenda is going to be this bit here. Only issue being, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to actually set this up here. And I don't want to spoil what may or may not be happening in the middle, you know, over the pressurized impermeable floors. But let's say for these impermeable floors in particular, because these have got dams underneath them, that is where I want our vertical tubeways to be. So, you know, it's different like the dams are. And then we're going to overhang the way over the top of the braziers. And hopefully a couple of fours maybe will line themselves up. Oh, of course not. It's always a bit of an odd job, innit? Well, in that case, we're going to have to get a 2x1 overhang. And a big old brazier in the middle here. But as for the rest of this, we're just going to be connecting the tubes up. Oh, and this has opened up an opportunity for some more cupcake propaganda. So let's get all of those slapped in there. Oh, yes. I'm going to put cupcake propaganda underneath this whole bloody barbed wire aqueduct. Wherever we got pillars, wherever we can... Oh, aye. Wherever we can replace some paths and have cupcake propaganda, that is what's occurring. So, Mr. Normal Stair, if you wouldn't mind crumbling into a plank. And then, we need to get a fancy spiral stair out there. Now, hopefully, on corners like that, we've got the priority all up and running. But look at that, owl cupcakes sponsored barbed wire aqueduct there. But the tubeway, well worth it. Absolutely makes it. Speaking of tubeways, let's get this bad lad connected to yet another tubeway station. Look at them gone! Right, we need to get this up and running now. I completely forgot. Look at that. I haven't even finished bloody building it. Beavers, hurry up. Max and prioritise all of this. Recover your free planks back off here. Tell you what, I've been slacking with the beavers this episode, like. But we are definitely getting all of this tubeway up and running this episode. It's a proper tubeway episode. So with the vertical tubeway on there, we are now at the correct level to just tubeway our way across. Straight into here. And then we remember that we are not doing maximum priority tubeways this episode. Maximum priorities are held for, you know, genuine emergencies like these stairs up here. Ooh, piece of double TNT. That means I can blow up this piece of triple TNT and get all of the free resources back off this. 1% of what I put in. Didn't you just bloody love it? But anywho, back to our barbed wire aqueduct tubeway. We want to connect in somewhere by the water and the big old warehouses here. But before we do that, I did something in a thumbnail which I quite enjoyed. So I'm going to have myself a big labourer monument sitting right there, overlooking everything. And I reckon that could leave us with a tidy little spot to plonk down a big old tube station with a plonker door so we can connect the path up. Now my idea with this is that we should be able to just straight line it over the top of these stairs, and it looks like we will be able to, and then we should be able to go, ooh, genuinely from there, and then a nip our other side. Oh, that's right, I done something in another thumbnail which I don't even know if it made it into a thumbnail. I turned this into a somewhat of a cascade, and I really want to continue that. The only difference being, this cascade is near for bloody water, so it's going to have the nice walkable corners. Although to walk on those nice walkable corners, you're going to need a stair down, beavers. So maximum prioritise all of that, and while that's happening, let's shift our focus to another tubeway station. Now we've got all of these tanks here, all of these slopers, however, to get to the tubeway system, you have to, I'm pretty sure these beavers are doing it, let's just follow one of these beavers. To get to the, nope, that's not the way, to get to the tubeway station you have to go up here, then up around, then under the house, and then you can finally get there. So instead, we're going to be plonking in a bit of a platform right in the middle, then a 5x5, purely because it perfectly covers the existing pumps down there. Look at them, hiding underneath the new platform. How's life doing here upside down, pumpies? Now over here we have some redundant pathways. I'm thinking I want to do, oh right, let's test this out. If I remove this connection, can everybody see? No! So we need to do something about that if I do that. But the connection I actually want to remove, let's do it before I end up forgetting, is this one up the top here, because that doesn't disconnect a thing, it just removes a shortcut. And from that shortcut removal, we can get a casual stair up, followed by a platform, and then a fancy pants spiral stair there. And that will lead perfectly into our tubeway. Now thinking about connecting all of these up without using this path, we have 2 bits of block here that we can play with. Is that enough? Will that get us there? That's the question. We could send beavers down, because we have this bit of land here. Right, let's get these stairs deleted that we just plopped in. Please be another platform under here. Yes, there is! Right, now this is where it gets scary, because I did not accommodate for this when I was building at all. Do we have a solid platform? Nay a wee, MiGly. Nay effing wee. Is this going to work? Is this actually going to work? Right, spiral stair on there. And then we need to be going up a layer. Nope, up a layer, MiGly. It's actually going to work, isn't it? Right, I need to start setting this up. So you know what I'm bloody talking about? I'm committing to it as well, by the way. Look, watch. Watch the bloody commit right here. Be gone. Oh, beaver. Yeah, beaver, what are you going to do? Oh, top-notch teleporting walkhead. Then I really want to get some bonus water slurpers up here. And 3 bonus water slurpers walks for me. Just means we need to get ourselves a couple of more double platforms out here. Get yourself a path connecting all of these in. And then last but not least, get yourself a spawner-run tubeway. Look at those sister stations, allowing access to the 3 slopers. And then immediate access to wherever the network takes them. You know, back to the problem at hand. Yes, we need to get this one as well. So we have these 2 blocks to play with. Let's delete those 2. We're going to have to delete them anyway. Do we have a path up here? Where's that path that I was laying in earlier? There it is. There's the path. So, can I make this work? How could I make this work, potentially? See, I could spiral up there now to matter. But to get up to these laddies, I need to put a stair there which blocks it. I'm definitely going to have to come around because I've got the bloody water slurper blocking our here. And I can't move that over because I need access for these 2. So, yeah, now, I reckon... Oh, hang on. Why don't you go a journey? Beavers, I'd like you to get that oak gone and replace it right on here. Thank you very much, Lee. That way, we can get our stair up and have a bloody path. Alright, beavers, get that built. And all of this up here is a high priority. So now we have our 2 tubeway stations. Oh, yep, we need to rebuild this. I completely bloody forgot about rebuilding that. Double platform, spiral stair, just there. Oh, and I'm already seeing what I reckon should happen here. If we get a big 6 long on here, a big 6 long on here, we are getting there. But we need to make sure we clear our trees. And this only needs to be 4 long. So we are going to be up at this level here. So let's get myself a single platform. And then can I 6 long over the edge there? I cannot. So I'm going to have to come up at least 1 more. Now, can I 6 long? I can, but I don't need to. I only need a 5 long it. And with that all lining up, we just need to do a bit of finagling with some vertical tubeways, and we should have yet another tubeway system all connected in there. And go on, we'll put a bloody heating in this tubeway system straight up. Oh, and since this stuff's done, we can get the heating in here as well. That is beautiful now. The beavers will be absolutely loving it. Oh! Your beavers have basically got all of this in. Oh, and oh, look at it, pips! Look at this! Free planks and a fancy pants, fully finished. Well, not finished, you know, but realised stairway dune. That means I can duplicate this tank here and get it going all the way around here. I love the duplicates because look, it just took everything. It's coffee, it's low priority, it's just ready to go. Although now we have beavers over here, I am thinking I might go ahead and blow this bit of wall down to the ground. I mean, if we're already over here, why the blooming heck not? Look, our beavers are basically already over here. Before they get too comfortable, let's ask them to get a stair up there. Oh, look at them getting comfortable. I knew we needed to get that stair in there quickly. And then we just need to ask the beavers to go and build so many stairs just to get 1 more completely unnecessary tank built. Oh, but our beavers have banged this bit of TNT in, so we'll get that in. Oh, thank you, autosave. Let's get a detonate in. And now we can get another bit of duplication on the crack. Now, I just duplicated this. I wonder if it's duplicating how many resources. It does not. So you can't cheat by duplicating something with gears and metal blocks in. And I just noticed I'm going to have to get myself 2 tunnels on here. And then we will have a fully realised coffee house. Look, I'm already storing some coffee in there. We're back to our watery shenanigans. Let's ensure that all of this rubble is maximum priority. We've already got connection back for our slurpers our yonder way, even though they can't slurp for the most part because we are fresh out of reservoir. I say reservoir because I didn't want to say reservoirs. Right. You know, 15.2 days, peeps. Desperate times call for desperate bloody measures. We are going to be spending 1,000 science points on some advanced breeding pods. We are going to be getting those plonked down with a genuine, not even taking the pesh, maximum emergency priority beavers. And I'm very scared here, peeps, because I don't know what to do. We have to slurp this up as quickly as beaverly possible. Which means, honestly, there's no point having these bad lads of balls. And it could be a good idea to pause old mate here, because they are technically sloping from the river. And we need to keep this river topped up, so we're going to unpause these 2 to hopefully slow its draining to where we don't lose any mangroves because we can't replant them. Don't lose any blueberries because these are OG from the beginning of the map when it was just Davey Jr here doing everything by himself. And yeah, nah, really do not need yeast working at the moment. I genuinely thought our farm was properly OP, but very clearly not. Oh no, the eggplants! The eggplants are dried up because look at the lights though. Oh, the lights make us feel better, but yeah, nah, no reservoir. While our beaver builders are busily banging our advanced breeding pods here, getting ready to get berries and extracts crammed straight in there. Look, they've already started cramming it. Look how bulging it is. We need to start getting even more of this totally tubular network on the crack. Naturally, we're going to have one right above all the valves here. We may as well come the side of this bad lad. Now, I don't think I'll be able to get a 6 long in here, but I will. Okay. I didn't think I would be able to get out on the top of this. Look at the leaves growing through it. It's, well, growing through into absolute nothingness, unfortunately. However, that's not our problem, is it? Our problem is very much our problem. Yeah, it's very much our problem. But yeah, nah, we'll say our problem isn't that. Our problem is getting the tubeway network up and running. And that is one too high. And now I can't fit a bloody 6-long in there. I was wondering why I thought I wouldn't be able to fit a 6-long when I very clearly could. Oh, hello. Well, that was because it was too tall. Now, like I said earlier in the episode, our right of way for beavers is the most important. We are going to make it even more efficient over here. Instead of going around up this dodgy stairway, we are just going to have one big old straight stair up. Oh, and while I'm remembering, we should probably pause yeast to it all, because he's got feck all to be doing. And then the next time you clock on, we will hopefully have another totally tubular network over here. And you know what, actually? It's a good thing that these corns dried out and died, because I have some big plans here. And those big plans do not allow for corn to be knocking about. Because we are going to have yet another Who's in a State tubeway station. So you've got the lower tubeway station, and then you've got the upper / storage tubeway station, and you've got the this side tubeway station. This is a proper well-connected losing estate here. And then as for connecting these two together, I'm going to try and use the path. However, we can't come up this stair here, because then we'll have to come up and doing and all of this dodgy shite, and it's just a bit weird, you know? So instead, once we get to these stairs, we're going to start going sideways. And we're going to do that by real casually removing this one berry counter, but not before, duplicating it to just anywhere, basically. Because this bad lad, unfortunately, needs to become a bit of a path here. And that is because we need to send our bloody tubeway straight up and I want to connect into here. So let's get this bad lad connected in, and then we'll have another bit of a tubeway all sorted. And to be fair, I'm actually going to fill this whole plot here with resource counters. Only one of them is our one berry counter though. I'm having to pause more and more these deep water pumps, but we got a bit of TNT to blow up, so it's not all doom and gloom. Just think of all the potential water that this bad lad's gonna slop straight up. Ah, we've even got these three chipping in. I will be draining this pool as quickly as possible. That means minimal loss to evaporation. Woo! When did we have bloody bad water in your lake? That must have been proper yonks again. Well, that does also mean that we are about to bloody dry up here. Look at this, peeps. We're dry. We are properly dry with 13.6 days remaining. That is what I class as rather bloody unfortunate. Now, how much water do we have? Can I even 3k water? I don't even know if I can afford. I can't, you know. I really don't think I can afford to dump water into this river anymore. But it's already lowering. We're not keeping it stable. It's just reducing how quickly it cans. Right, we have 6 days drought resistance on this. Let's give ourselves 1 full day after the temperate season to get water into this river. Is that enough? Is that... Yeah, we could shortcut it. If needed, we can shortcut it. 9 days on the blueberries, 13 days. Right, we need to run out of water in this river at... I want to say 6 days remaining, but ideally 5 days remaining of this bloody drought. I'm honestly tempted... Oh, I can't though. I was going to say I'm honestly tempted to slurp this river dry, but we really need our food production. We've got a bit stored up, but it will not last forever. And there's only so much bloody tubeway I can do, especially if there's not going to be any beavers left to bloody tube along said way. Look at them all zippy zapping around. And even though there's every chance I'll forget to unpause yous like last time, let's pause yous so we have some more haulers knocking about, because hauling is everything. And you know what? This needs to be a maximum priority job, beavers. Get all of those built. They will all automatically pause themselves. Ooh, beavers have got the bit cascade, and did I click detonate? Did I? Shite. Let's watch these detonate. Not all of them, of course. We're going to miss a couple, but look at that beautiful little ramp dune. And then since I've potentially prematurely deleted that stair, let's get this bit of the tubeway connection connected. So we know we want to come out at this level. Does that mean I want to double A? No, it means I want to triple A. Because now we've got our triple A, we can go ahead and get our big 6 long hour hang all the way over there like that. And will it connect? It will nie. Oh no, but it might. We are not always going to have a stair there. Alright, beavers, it's time to start doing a couple of these at a time. So let's get some proper priorities on the crack. And I mean, these are unlikely to do anything that's not maximum priority anyway, but just in case, get those in. So let's just go ahead and assume that we can very easily build... Stupidest thing to do. But let's go ahead and assume that we can build this once we remove the stair. Once we're up here, we need to think about how we're getting out of this level. And I reckon we simply just go down. So where's that going to end up? So if we get a 5 long on here, then we just need to get a bit of a vertical tubeway on there. And we'll be able to tube our way all the way to this gap right here. Now what to do with this gap is the question. Do we triple platform it? Nah, I don't like the feet. Like, we've got this whole aqueduct overhang here. I think we're just going to go proper cheeky with it and slap a bit of dirt on there. So beavers, slap that dirt on there. And then while you're up here, would you mind plonking these dynamites in? Thank you very much. Now since this is such a large storage area, I don't think these 2 tubeways are going to cut it. We're going to have to slap a 3rd one in, and I'm thinking somewhere up here. Now of course we can't really come out anymore due to the whole trees in the way. So let's go up and then go out above said trees. So let's get ourselves a fully sick tubeway station on there. Make sure we've got it connected up to the path here. And then think about how we're going to get... Oh, hello, Dot. Can I bring you out? Like more than one? No, just one. Oh, but I can come out 2 there. Right, so if I need to come out 2, I can do it right there. Let's see what we can do with this. Although I could use those blocks on the side to get myself a bit of a path down and around. And, you know, a little something like this right here, where we get ourselves a vertical tubeway. And our beavers just have to real casually do a bit of a flick and a book and a boot. And just to give the beavers options, I'll allow them to go from either one of those 2. So there's yet another awesome bloody tubeway station needing to be high priority. How many tubeway stations is that? We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we don't have any over here, do we? No. Oh, look at the beavers are starting to get the bloody aqueduct tubeway in. Oh, beavers, 10 days, 600 water, no. This officially needs to stop pushing water out. And the only way I can think to fix this is by introducing 2 more districts, where I'm gonna send 100 beavers each to leave our 1 district with only a little 100 beaver moves to water, and I suppose feed, but mostly water. Now let's have ourselves a bit of a look and see how our beavers are doing in their new 100-strong colony here. Oh, I feel kind of bad for the beavers, like. I reckon we should do something about this. Yeah, we should definitely do something about this. First of all, we're going to get 1 beaver hour here to chop down the rest of these pesky pines. And thankfully, most of these beavers are already thirsty and starving. Mainly thirsty. Hopefully all of the beavers down here are not thirsty at all. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much, but we need to think about... Are you for real, beavers? And this is precisely why these always just go at a maximum priority and get paused, aka a micro-managed. Well, here we are, cycle 42, day 23. It has certainly been an improbable cycle, hasn't it? And the only thing left to do is a genuine, actual proper for once, cliffhanger. Will this be the penultimate episode of One Version? Will our dastardly evil act of abandoning 200 beavers to their thorny fate pay off? You're gonna have to tune back in the next episode, maybe the finale of One Version. Until then, have yourself a nice time and bye!